Vlogtober, video day 3. And since today is Friday, September 4th, I decided to do a FAQ video for you guys. Well, I have the questions here. There is 31 questions that have been asked, and I'm going to answer them for you. And as you can tell, I'm in my bathroom because the lighting in the bathroom is very bright, and I'm videoing off of my laptop. So let's get to the questions. When did you meet your husband? I met my husband back in 2005. Well, I was in the 9th grade, he was in the 10th. We did not start dating until 10th grade, and it was like 2006. Where did you meet your husband? I met my husband at Crowley High, which was my high school. How long were you together before marriage? We was together for about 10 months before he proposed. So we was engaged for 5 months before we got married. How many kids do y'all have? We have 4. How long have y'all been married? We have been married for 9 years. July 12th of this year made 9 years that we've been married. Any of your pregnancies planned? Yes, I had one pregnancy that was planned, but unfortunately I had a miscarriage between my 7th and 8th week of that pregnancy. How many of your pregnancies were vaginal? 2 of my pregnancies were vaginal. How many were C-section, if any? And that is 2. Did you graduate high school? No, I did not graduate high school, but I did graduate. Are any of your kids close in age? Yes. Jaden and Caleb are close in age. If so, how close? Jaden and Caleb are 13 months apart. What do you do? I am actually a stay-at-home mom, and I am also a full-time student in college. What does your husband do? My husband is the security officer at our local Family Child Services, which he works for OCS, or it's also known as CPS. And he also do tattoos on the side. What was it like being a first-time mom? I have heard that being a first-time mom is like hard. I even read recently on Facebook that this woman said that, well, she's not a woman, she's a young teenage mom, that she can't fix her own hair or put on makeup because it's the life of a mother. Well, I never had that problem, never had that issue. I was always able to fix my hair, fix my makeup. Even with 4 kids, I'm still able to fix my hair, fix my makeup, which a lot of my videos, my hair is done, my makeup's done. Today, I just didn't give a care. So being a first-time mom was not as hard as people made it out to be. It wasn't really hard. I had little help when I needed it, and I had like a lot of support. So I was able to be like myself, but be a mom at the same time. What type of social media are you on? I actually have a Facebook, I have an Instagram, I also have a Snapchat, and I have a Twitter, but I don't really get on Twitter that much. Well, I don't really tweet how I read like other people I'm following's Twitter, but I do have Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. What are your kids' birthday months? Jaden was born in November, Caleb was born in December, Zoe was born in May, and Liam was born in October. So how many tattoos do you have? I have a little over 25 tattoos. I have a lot. How many piercings do you have? I have, right now, 2 piercings. I have my tongue pierced and my ears pierced. I don't really wear earrings in my ears, like on an everyday basis, but my ears are pierced. I had the top of my ears pierced, but I took them out. I had my nose pierced, and I took that out. And I had my belly button pierced, and I just recently had to take that out because I think I had a keloid and it popped. I don't know what that was. What is your favorite type of movies? I absolutely love horror movies. Like, I can watch some comedy depending on who plays in it, some action depending on who plays in it, but I love horror movies. What is your favorite TV show? I am obsessed with Supernatural. I even have their phone case, Supernatural. Yes, I love Supernatural. I'm actually waiting for October 7th, so the season 11 comes on. Like, if you can go back in time and change anything, what would it be? I would have to say, if I can go back in time, I would change the day my adopted mom died. Like, I don't know, for some reason I wish that they would have found the blood clot in her leg. That way it wouldn't have like traveled to her heart or anything. I honestly feel that if she was still alive, a lot of things would be different. What was the hardest part about being a parent? I would have to say the hardest part about being a parent was packing up and moving to a new house. Like, that, to me, that was hard because we couldn't find like a babysitter to watch the kids, so we actually had to pack up, bring the kids with us, unload, then put the kids back in the car, and then I find that that was the hardest part about being a parent. What were your thoughts about labor? Well, since I only had 2 pregnancies that I actually was in labor for, I would have to say not being able to go walk would be the hardest part about labor. Like, once you got your epidural, once you got your catheter and everything, like, you couldn't go walk to like progress labor more. So I would have to say not being able to like walking, you know, and stuff like that, or like being in a certain position to get comfortable was my hardest part about being in labor. What was your labor experience? For Jaden, I was in labor for like 22 hours and I ended up having back labor. So that was horrible. Once I got my epidural, for some reason it slowed me down by dilating, and I stayed 9 centimeters for like 5 hours. Halem, his progressed like really fast. Like, I think I was in labor for like 18 hours, and by the time I got my epidural, they told me it was time to push, and his, like, all that went like super fast. Zoe's, my heart rate was up, which was causing her heart rate to go up, so they had to do like an emergency C-section because I couldn't get calm because I was like freaking out that they was about to cut me open while I was still awake. Liam's C-section was pretty bad. I mean, it was like, that was a true emergency C-section, and like in the middle of my C-section, I don't know what happened, but I went unconscious. What were your first thoughts when you found out you was pregnant with Liam? I was shocked. Like, you would have this feeling that it was something you couldn't believe. Like, I took 5 home pregnancy tests, and it was one of those, well, this can't be happening, because I did the whole precautions. Like, I made sure that this wouldn't happen. And so, like, I was, like, beyond shocked when I found out I was pregnant with Liam. What is your scariest pregnancy/labor story? I would have to say Liam's was my scariest, because I actually started bleeding, and I had an emergency C-section that morning, and just to know that I was bleeding, it freaked me out. Like, I actually I had a panic attack before I even made it to the operating room. So I would have to say Liam was my scariest delivery. Do you believe in staying home or going to work? It depends. I stay home right now because I don't want to miss anything as my kids' first years. So for all the kids, I didn't work for the first year, because I did not want to miss anything. Like, I didn't want to miss their first, time rolling over or sitting up, or first time walking, talking. Like, I didn't want to miss any of that. So I decided to stay home for their first year. What is your biggest fear as a mother? My biggest fear as a mother would be, like, my kids getting kidnapped or something. Like, my kids being kidnapped and we don't know who did it, where they at. That is my biggest fear as a mother, knowing my kids got kidnapped or something. Is your child and or children named after anyone? Yes. Have you ever been embarrassed by your child? Definitely yes. I think every one of my kids has absolutely embarrassed me at least one time. Zoe is the hugest embarrasser, especially when we're in public and she farts, and she will bust out and tell everybody she meets She farted. What old wives' tale were you told during your pregnancy? I was told one that the shape of your belly tells you what sex you're having. If you're carrying high or low, tells you also what sex you're having. And the heart rate. If your heart rate is in between a certain amount, then you're having a boy. And if it's between a certain amount, you're having a girl, whatever. Which, for me, those were way off. Like, my girls was like, their heart rates were higher than my boys, and I think it's complete opposite of the old wives' tale. And then my first pregnancy, I carried in my back, which everybody swore up and down I was having a boy, and I ended up having a girl. And then for my boy, I carried low, so they swore up and down it was a girl. And then for Zoe, I also carried low. And then for Liam, I carried high. And they thought Liam was a girl too, so I don't know. That was the old wives' tale I was told. So that is the end of my FAQ Friday video, because that was all the questions that I had. So if you have any questions of any type that y'all want me to answer, post them in the comment section below, and I'll answer them on next Friday's FAQ video. Bye guys!